What's going on, guys?
What the fuck's going on, guys? The cookies and cream fucking show, innit? No holds barred on this one, innit? We're gonna have to share that inside joke later
Together, we're cookies and cream.
I think you're gonna say a high five. And together, we're the high five.
High five in the air,
Let's do it together.
together. High five!
All right. Alright, well, welcome to the Cookies and Cream Show, ladies and gentlemen. Not high five.
Welcome to Cookies and Cream. I'm Patrick. What's going on?
And I'm Bib, fucking, aka fucking Cookie, innit?
Innit?
So let's talk about the name actually. Let's get before we go any further. So
Get to the good.
yeah, because everyone's gonna be like, why the fuck Cookies and Cream, right? So I'm gonna tell the full story because two of my mates at work, right? They, much like us, went to school together, did everything together, or they did everything together, kind of thing. And if I'm not mistaken, I doubt they're gonna watch this, but I think they're called the Checker Brothers, and they got like a really, or something along checkers, because they got this nice tattoo on their arm of like a checkered flag kind of looking thing. It looks fucking sick, right? And
Finnish flag.
yeah, but it's not. It doesn't look like a shitty little one. Like it looks pretty
Maybe they
nice.
both finished first.
Pretend like you didn't say that. So, yeah, and I was like to you, I was like, why the fuck can't we have a gay name like that? You know what I mean? Like, because, you know, we've fucking been bros for a while. And then we're at I don't know if I'm allowed to tell the full in-depth one, but
get to it.
we were at your place, sitting at the backyard, and it was me, you, and Alex. Sorry, Alex, you, and I. Sorry. And we're coming up with shit names and stuff like that, and then she was like, "Oh, Bangers and Mash." I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's not that bad. Like it's shit, but it's not bad." You're like, "I don't want to fucking be Mash. Mash is fucking gay." So we had to leave that, and then I don't know why I never thought of it before, but one of the blokes at work always like calls me either cream or cookies or whatever the fuck comes out of my mouth first, because it's like we always like say that we're creaming work, so like we're milking it, so to speak. And then yeah, I rung you one day, and I was like, "Cookies and cream." You're like, "Fuck yeah." So you don't care about being cream now, do you? It's better than Mash?
Cream's the best part, mate.
Huh?
Cream's the best part.
You would know, hey? Just another Saturday night for you.
If you want to fit in, mate. Nothing wrong with earning a buck.
So it's just you and I now. But
Yeah.
and I've avoided you. Well, not avoided you, but I've been dying to want to talk about my last Saturday night with you.
No, you have.
And I haven't told you nothing. Like, it wasn't
Ah.
special. It was just fucking, yeah, it was next level. It was pretty fucking cool.
No, so I knew you were going out there.
Yeah.
I knew a little bit what was happening, but yeah, now you can fill me in finally.
Yeah, so, I told you about when I went on the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went on the boat. This is how I actually, let's call it, got the gig, right? Because it is technically official now. And I drove there. I drove me and Wycliffe, DJ YZ, shout out, what up? And we took his stuff in my car and we drove to the city, blah blah blah. And I was like, oh fuck, I'm gonna have a drink. Like I'm on a boat, fucking chicks in the crowd, you know, putting on a show.
I'm on a boat.
I'm on a motherfucking boats and holes, bitches, boats and holes. And I was like, oh, I'll go grab a Jimmy. So I went outside, grabbed the Jimmy, and they were like pouring in a plastic glass. So I went outside, had a Jimmy, had a smoke, and walked back in. By the time I walked back in, I finished my Jimmy. Like it was just good vibe, you know what I mean? Just bang. And I grabbed another one. I was like, fuck, I've got to be careful. Like if I'm just going to start like this, I know what I'm like. If I start strong, I'm just going to fucking write myself off, right? So I was like to one, I'm like, he's never driven my car. I'm like, you're driving home, right? And he's like, I already knew that was going to happen. I was like, I see. It's like just fucking smashing his drinks all night. And then come later the night, so the guy that normally MCs during the show, he's actually one of the strippers too. So when he's...
Yeah, probably should have led with that. Like explain the show.
Yeah, sorry. So on the boat, we're doing a stripper gig. So like you got like 5 guys or whatever, or you probably got about 6 or 7, but like 4 of them are, or 3 of them are like waiters, like they walk around with their shirts off, you know, fucking abs, pecs, all that shit, all that jazz. Definitely not what I have. And there's like other guys who do walk around as well, but they actually do a performance. Like they dance for like 5 to 10 minutes. They take off their fucking pants, and some of them even their whole undies and shit. And so the guy that does the last performance is actually the MC for majority of the night. And then when he does his performance, one of the other guys generally takes over. I don't know what the fuck happened after his performance. He had to go upstairs or something and do another performance for another group. I think they like...
Maybe like a private show.
Yeah, like it was like almost like a private one for like 20, 15 chicks, whatever the fuck it was. And the guy that took over on the mic, who's also another stripper, he was like, what the fuck do we do now? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. Like I thought this was a part of the plan. And he's like, should I don't know exactly how it ended up going down. Somehow I ended up with the microphone after a couple of drinks. No surprise there. And he's fucking grabbing and pulling chicks, you know, onto the chair and fucking shirt back off again and dancing with them and blah, blah, blah. And I'm fucking on the mic, revving everyone up, you know, fucking make some noise, blah, 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 this and that. Who's up next? Yep, this one in the front, whatever, you know. And the Nelly, big shout out to Nelly, who actually owns and runs the whole event. She was upstairs, organised everything upstairs. She comes running down and she's like, who the fuck was that, right? She sees me on the mic. Towards the end of the night, she comes up to me, she grabs me, and she goes, you're going to fucking MC for us in the future. I'm like, okay. Like, I'm happy to. It's just, you know what I mean? I was like, oh, like I wasn't expecting that. You know what I mean?
Back, yeah.
Yeah, so I left it at that, you know what I mean? We did the show, whatever, everything docked up, blah, 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 blah. 2 days later, I get a message. Hey, did you still want to MC? Because if you do, we have a gig for you in December. And I was like, fuck. And I'm pretty sure it was Sash at the time or whatever. And I was like, dude, what the fuck? You know, like, this is crazy. And I was like, yeah, fucking no hesitation. I'm like, I'll do it. Like, December. I'm like, fuck, got, you know, a couple of months to fucking, you know, get rid of the nerves and shit. I was like, yeah, all good, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, right. And then she's like, okay. She's like, okay, cool. An hour later, or was probably later that night, whatever, she goes, oh, can you drive the party bus this Saturday? To the event where we're going to be. I was like, well, I'm already going there, so I may as well. I'm like, fuck it. I haven't driven the party bus yet. So I did that as well. So, and then the next day, she goes, oh, can you MC Saturday night as well? I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm like, I'm happy. I'm so happy to do it. But I was just like, fuck, now I've got to drive the bus. Then I've got to fucking MC. I'm doing everything for the first time. I'm like, I was just fucking nervous. Like, I'm sweating talking about it. Fucking. So that was all good and well. The problem was, obviously, I went to the fucking farm for work. So I went Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, as you know. Come back Saturday, ran around like a madhouse, jumped in the bus, went to the event, MC'd the event. Now, MCing the event was a whole nother fucking level, dude. Like, that was fucking off its face, right?
So these events are just stripper events, yes?
Yeah, so this one that I was MCing was the female strippers. So
ladies' night?
Yeah, it's men's night. Yeah, gentlemen's night. And imagine rocking up, so let's call it work, right? For the first time, you're fucking nervous already, and then on top of that, you're supposed to be talking to this crowd with a microphone in your fucking hand, and there's about 10 chicks walking around topless, and you see titties everywhere. How the fuck am I supposed to focus on what I'm supposed to be doing? I'm just like, so, and man, I'll say most of them. I'm not going to say all of them, but most of them are just like fuck. How are you supposed to focus, man? Like they're top notch quality, right? So super fucking nervous, right? Got out there and I was like, I had a script and I'm like, I don't do scripts. Like, you know what I mean? I just fucking do whatever. Normally I have a couple of drinks and I just, fucking run, do my own thing. But I always have to say a couple of things, you know, to start off the show. Because basically, MCing, you're hosting the show pretty much, right? So I'm out there and I'm like, oh, you know, fucking touring, blah, blah, blah. Said all this crap. But like, I know myself that I left some stuff out because I was so nervous. I was like, and I just like kind of said everything and went, oh, yeah, here are the girls. And then I walked off and then the waitresses come out. And I was like, fuck, I missed a line. Like, I know I missed a line. I looked back and sure enough, I did. Good thing it wasn't one of the most important ones. But as the night went on, it got so much better. Like, I felt comfortable. I felt in my zone. I had a drink or two, you know what I mean? And then just after that, it was just like, make some motherfucking noise. And the guys were fucking rowdy as fuck, you know what I mean? So it was really good. That was really fun. And then I had to drive the party bus back with like 20 fucking drunk blokes on there, and that was fucking also fun too. But I was like, when I can't explain how nervous I was at the start. Like everyone's like, "Are you okay? You look so nervous." And I'm like, normally I'm nervous, but I'm like, whatever, fuck it, like just do it, right? I was so nervous. I don't know why, because it's like I spoke to you about once before. Like normally I go out there, and after I've had a few drinks, I just jump on the mic and I say some random shit and I do whatever. Like, you know what I mean? How I got into this, job in the first place. But I don't know. It's like when you have to do it and when you have to follow a structure, or if you're getting paid, it's like a job. Then all of a sudden, I don't know why. Like, I don't know if it's because I wasn't, drinking as much as what I normally would. You know what I mean? Because I had to drive the bus afterwards or whatever. But I was just, I was so fucking nervous at the start of the night. But by the end of the night, I was like, hey, fuck, this is my shit. I own this motherfucker.
MCB, eh?
Yeah, that's MC Bibelo. So,
that's good.
Yeah, the name kind of. I don't know about the name. Like, I like it, but I get called like Bibelo Jiggle at work, like just when we're being fuckwits. You know what I mean? I was thinking of White Shadow, and I was like, oh, that's like the gaming world. Like, I feel like I've got to separate them two. So I said to us,
right?
MCB's alright, but the whole term of it is Bibelo. So, yeah, so. But the problem is you can't just be MCB. It's got to has to have something to it, right? So, and Wise G me up. He's like, boo foo. And apparently it's from that movie, How High? That's your beeping. What's beeping on your end? I was like, what the fuck's beeping in here?
Don't worry about it.
It's fire alarm. It's okay. It's all good. Just flames
still good,
in the background. It's still good. It's still good. So yeah, MC Bibelo. It's meh. But, like, it's okay. It's still me, so I don't care.
MCB, man.
Yeah.
I think it's clean. I think it's simple.
So the problem is I've obviously got to make it something official soon, because
obviously you're going to start getting into it a bit more. And
not that, but now I've been asked by Nelly. I think they're going to do a photo shoot for a specific theme, like I'm assuming posters or something. So like she wants me to get a suit, and she also wants to. I don't know if I'm actually allowed to say this. I don't think it's a secret. But she wants to get, like, the name on the back as well, like MC on the back of the blazer, but in the hot pink, like the girls have. So it's all themed, right? And I'm like, oh, that's fucking sick, right? But, yeah, so I'm like, as soon as that name goes on the blazer, that's it. That's my name, right? So I don't know. Like, I'm happy with Bibelo. Don't get me wrong. I'm happy with Bibelo because, Bibelo Gigolo, and it's actually Gigolo's. You know what I mean? Like it has something to do with the relation. But yeah, look, I don't care. Like, it's just a name at the end of the day. Like, if I was gonna go, I don't expect this to go to another level, but I also didn't expect to do it as a job in the first place. So,
it's good panning out, man.
Yeah, so it's pretty fucking exciting.
It's good for you, man. I'm stoked.
Fucking happy about that too.
MCB, eh?
MCB, represent 2770 from the Druid. But yeah, so that was my Saturday night. I know there was more details that I wanted to tell you, but some of them I'm probably not allowed to say here because that's a bro conversation without our 10 viewers watching. But
10, generous.
Oh well, fuck, you got to be sometimes. Think positive.
That's it, mate.
So yeah, Saturday night.
That's good.
It was good. It was good fun.
Sure, it wasn't a Friday night.
It was definitely a
Friday night.
it's Friday night. You know what that reminds me of? It was,
It's what I'm talking about. I'm sure of it.
The guy that goes, huh?
He's on the talent show and he's like,
when his brother's singing Mysterious Girl, whatever, and he's like, yeah, he goes on with his brother or whatever. Have you not seen that one?
I think that's the act before, and then he's like, oh yeah, and then that brother's the only one singing.
Yeah, the brother's singing. He's like, whoa, he just like repeats it. Mysterious Girl. He's like, yeah, Mysterious Girl. Move your body. Come on, move your body.
I think you're mixing two together.
I don't know, but I definitely know what video I'm talking about, and that was probably me at the start of Saturday night. I was like, move your body, yeah, move your body.
And then by the end, you're like, Friday night!
100%. Oh, 100%.
That's good.
Yeah. So
that's good, man.
That's enough about me. Yeah.
No, that's good. Just quickly, today, me and the partner, we're heading out to IKEA because we renovated a spare room, looking at a bed frame. Right.
You said me and the partner. Does that mean that we're not allowed to use her name?
No. Well, she doesn't really want to be said.
Yeah, no, that's cool. That's cool. I don't want to fuck it up on my end. That's all.
Oh yeah,
You know,
that's all right. And then so we're heading out there, and obviously we're heading out to IKEA. I'm like, well, fuck, I'm getting a hot dog. Like it's $1.50.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. Okay, hot dogs.
IKEA hot dog. You can't go wrong.
No.
The thing about IKEA hot dog, they're that bad. They're good. They're filthy.
Yeah.
They're disgusting. Those sausages are just. Ugh, but I fucking love them.
Yeah, because it's $1.50 in your head, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm with you.
I'm contemplating because I was told about a Vietnamese place. I think it was. They do a really good like roast pork roll. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, it's 20 to 5. I'm like, I know. I'm like, IKEA might be open the restaurant. I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, do I risk it and go get the pork gravy roll or whatever it fucking was, and then just go into IKEA? And I'm like, I'd already G'd myself up for this fucking hot dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, I get this hot dog, don't I? Oh, I'm eating this hot dog, and I just felt disgusting because it was gross, and I just I loved every minute of it.
But they're not that big as well. Like they're
they give you a big dog in a little bun.
yeah, they're overhanging on the sides, right?
Yeah. Anyway, gross. I was amazed by it. I was just.
It's good, but like, I just feel like, I don't know. I see. That's where I think that's where they get you with. If I pay a shit price and get a decent product, you're so fucking happy, right? But if you pay a shit price and it's like, fuck, like wasn't the worst thing you eaten, you don't even care. But it's when you pay fucking $20 for the IKEA hot dog and you're like, this is fucking shit. You know what I mean? So,
hey, for $1.50, I got in the car. I was eating it, and I'm like, this is that bad. It's good.
yeah.
I finished it, and I'm like, should have got fucking 2. My partner's sitting there, and she's like, you just said they were gross, and I'm like, no, they're that good. Moral of the story is I should have got the pork roll because now I feel shit.
What do you mean now you feel shit? Like you feel shit in the guts?
Yeah,
Oh, I swear.
always feel crook after.
Oh, I never even take notice of that. I
You know what?
swear.
Same as their fucking Cinnabons.
I haven't had a Cinnabon, eh?
No, well, I don't know if it's a Cinnabon or not. It just said it's a cinnamon bun. I just assume that's a Cinnabon.
I feel like, I don't know. See, that's an American thing.
Yeah, American thing.
Yeah.
Which made me think of fucking Louis C.K.
In the airport.
Yeah. Go if you're gonna fucking go.
Go if you're gonna fucking go. Anyways, yeah. No, I agree. They're not the worst thing in the world, but for $1.50, like you can't go wrong. But I feel like my insides are fucking immune to some rank ass shit, dude. Because like, see, you won't.
Your body's disgusting.
Huh?
It's because your body's disgusting. Look what you put into it.
I've got a body of a god. Buddha. Buddha's a god, right? Anyways, no, but in all seriousness, fucking, like, see, you won't. This might gross people out. Some people might be like, oh, yeah, I do it. Maybe not. I doubt it. But, like, I go to McDonald's. You know where I'm going with this. I go to McDonald's. Yeah, Big Mac and cheeseburger and maybe whatever. And that cheeseburger might not get eaten that night. I'll whack it in the fridge and heat it up in the microwave the next day and eat it. Why? What is the difference? Like, okay, it's not. I understand it's not fresh, but
the meat
like,
is cooked 24 hours earlier.
Yeah.
And then you microwaved it.
Yeah. I don't think you can cook. Sorry, yeah, God.
You taking the piss?
No, I'm not taking the piss. I just can't believe that you don't know how to cook a mussel. Gordon Ramsay mussel. YouTube that shit. That's too fucking funny. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I do that. That's fine. That's fine.
I feel like it's not okay.
But an IKEA $1.50 hot dog's okay.
Yeah, 100%. It's $1.50.
That meat's probably cooked 24 hours before, and then microwaved to heat it up at the time. But you don't know, so you don't care. But if you know, you care.
$1.50.
If I gave you a fucking cheeseburger,
if the cheeseburger was $1.50, then yeah, sure.
The cheeseburger's nearly $1.50, pretty much.
So like fucking $3.16.
That's pretty accurate. Like you eat these frequently or something.
I do eat cheeseburgers frequently. Actually, let me log right now. How much is a cheeseburger?
Yeah, go on. That's
If it's $3.16, I'm losing my fucking mind. I'm that good.
Is that what you said?
And I should get off Menulog.
Why are you looking at Menulog though?
Because that's what I get them off. Because I'm lazy.
How far's the Macca's from your house, Patrick Uncles?
500 meters.
It's like one time Menulog had a free delivery, right? And remember, like the time where Hunger Jacks is only on Menulog or whatever. And I was like, fuck it, if it's got free delivery, I'm like, I could go for the Hunger Jacks right now. The guy literally got out of his car, handed me the bag, and goes, "You know Hunger Jacks is right around the corner, right?" I'm like, "It was fucking free delivery. Fuck off." If that means I don't have to leave the house, I'm here. I'm here for me. Who are you here for?
I'm you beat me to it.
Oh shit.
Why won't you fucking work?
Oh, bro, I'll find it quickly. My Mac is that, bro.
I don't have the My Mac is that. No, I'm in Menulog in the Macca's and it says not taking order. I can't see it because I buy it single. I buy a single one. Like it won't even give me that option. So like,
oh, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
The La Vente or whatever they fucking call it. I mean single on Menulog.
No, I don't use Menulog.
Oh, so they got on Menulog they got medium, large, and Alicante or some shit, and it means just like by itself single.
Here we go. Cheeseburgers $3
Oh,
and 85 cents.
nah, rubbish.
It is from McDonald's.
I'm saying $3.35 here.
Fuck off, you are. Is Macca's cheaper where you are?
All right. Well, Macca's various prices. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I know they do. Look right there on my screen. Look. Oh,
$3.85. Yeah, that's right. Hang on.
I know it's right. I just fucking looked.
No, I can't say it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The story's over.
Not my father.
Yeah, that's fine. Sorry about that.
That's
I was really curious. If I was right, then
you're getting a cheeseburger then, weren't you?
yeah, I was earning the
100%.
cheese. I earned that cheese.
100%. You had a question that you potentially was going to ask. I think we do have a little bit of time left.
Yeah, we got a little bit of time. No, it was not so much a question.
Oh, something that happened, right?
No, like, you ever just wonder and get amazed by the little simple things that you take, not necessarily for granted, because it's not like that sort of scenario, but like you just never ever think about shit. So it's like we're doing a set of units, right? I'm a plumber, so we're doing work there. We're doing units. We're doing 20 units, I think, 2 or something like that. And from point A and point B above me, right? They only hold up by these 2 pillars, and then yet there's all this concrete above you. Engineering at its finest.
Do you actually know how it works, though?
Yeah, like because you got like stress cables and this and that.
Yeah, okay, right, okay. I was just making sure.
No, and then that made me think further. Like I'm going into the rabbit hole here. I'm going in. I'm like, how the fuck do they make bridges over water?
Same thing, same concept.
Okay, the big concrete pillars, the fucking piers. How do they put them in the sand?
In the sand or in the water?
Well, they got to get them into the water, into the sand first.
Yeah, so, okay, I can't...
Okay, anyway, let me explain my story, and then I actually got it explained to me, so I'm aware now.
Oh, okay, right, okay, yeah.
But I was like, I never knew that. Like, is that common knowledge? And the other bloke I was working with, he answered me, and he's like, oh, just like this, like this, like this. And I'm like, how the fuck do you know that? Like, that's not common knowledge.
Was your question, was the answer from him how they get the concrete in the water? Or
no,
just a vary of things?
So, generally, when you're on land, you dig a hole, you pour the concrete in. Right?
Yeah. Give or take.
How do they set the concrete in water?
They use a different...
But is it a pre-made pillar that they've already made, a pre-made pier, and then they're just like, fuck it, we'll drop it here. Like, there's so much
That's
shit.
what you were thinking, right?
No. And then like all the metal that's underground. I didn't know you could weld underwater.
Yeah, the special welding things. Yeah,
I learned that today.
I think
like just a random little thing.
Yeah. No. I see what you're saying. There is a lot of moments like that.
Like, but you look at the timeline, right, of when a lot of these bridges and like especially the big bridges like Harbour Bridge. When the fuck was that built? years ago. What fucking technology did they have? How'd they build that?
I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was like 1873. February commenced or finished or something?
From 1925 to 1932.
Where did I get 80 something from?
So I believe it finished the 28th of July 1923.
When did it start?
Whatever I just fucking said. I don't know. Maybe you should listen the first time. 1925.
Is it the same month or anything?
Not when it says 1925. No, sorry. Excuse me.
Fuck, I've been out of school for too long because I remember doing that in like Year 9 history, learning about that.
Well, I barely went to school, so. But with that being said, that made me think, and I'm like, after he explained all that, I'm like, okay, with all this fucking technology we have now, how did they do it back then? Like, times were so simple back then. Like, we've got fucking so much technology now in tools, like to get levels, heights, fucking this, that, calculations. How do they do that then? Brings me to my next point. The pyramids.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
And then, like, I was watching the documentary on the pyramids, and they reckon it like matches constellations like with the stars.
Yeah.
Like, and like pinpoint accuracy. Aliens.
So,
only answer.
This is why
they can't be.
Yeah, but hang on. Okay, hang on. So, is it? I'm gonna sound like a cunt here. No. The underwater city, is it Atlas? Is that what it's called?
Atlantis.
Atlantis, because I was gonna say Atlanta, but I'm like, I know it's not Atlanta. That's a city or a state or whatever in America.
City or something.
Yeah, whatever it is. So there's actually an underwater city, which leads me to believe that there would be underground cities, as in like shit that's already been covered by or crumbled, or you know what I mean, shit like that, or volcanoes covered it. Because you look at Vatican City, right? Half the city is under volcanic ash, which eventually turns into like a hard rock, right?
Right.
Oh, not Vatican City. Whoops, sorry. I just sound like the biggest dumb cunt then. The Pope is not underneath the volcanic ash. I meant, is it Naples or something? It's somewhere in Naples. Well, I've been there, all right? Whatever it was.
I'm uneducated, apparently.
Well, anyways, so...
I don't even know what complexion means.
Oh, okay, look,
you stupid.
So, So, did you end up finding out how they did the pillars in the water, though? Just forget what I was about to say, because let's not talk about that.
There's many. So I googled it after I got home. Actually,
I think you said someone told you.
No, he did. He did tell me like his answer, and then I'm like, yeah, but that still didn't sound right to me, because he's like, so basically, what he told me, and I don't know if it's true or not, but he's like, no, they can pour them, and so basically they build like a
formwork,
like a seal. Yeah, they build like a formwork, and it seals, and then they pump out the water. Have pumps running constantly, and then so they can work safely and shit. But I got home and I'm like fucking googling this shit. There's like the video that I seen is they explained 3 ways. Now like they can like pile drive fucking like shit into the ground and shit into the
As in like a whole column.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
No, I didn't know that either. And I'm like,
right.
These little simple things like this. It blows my mind.
So whatever they did back in the day, so I actually have a pretty fucking... I don't know if I can't believe you've never heard this story. Have I never told you, or has my dad never told you about the whole airport story? About when he was supposed to work on there? So, Madeira Island, where my parents are from, for no one that knows, their runway was really fucking short. Like, you can go and search this up, whatever. It was really fucking short. And then they ended up extending it. And when they extended it, my dad was still living there. And... at the time, the job come up, and he was able to actually... He had the opportunity to go be a part of it. And my grandmother, so his mum, begged him, don't fucking go, please. Like, full cried, everything, apparently. This is according to him, anyway. And he was like, oh, it was fucking good money at the time, you know what I mean? Because it was such a dangerous job. And anyways, he walks down to the bus stop that morning. He was meant to start that day. And all he could remember is his mum fucking tears down her face, whatever. So he quickly jumped in the fucking bushes. Bus come, waited a couple of minutes for him, took off, and then he walked back home. His mum was happy. Apparently, so when they were extending the runway, they actually were doing it over the water, and the pillars, like you're talking about, actually had to go into the water. But I can't remember why exactly people were in the columns. Like, I don't know if they were still forming up, but they were doing the concrete as well as they were coming up. But because they were using that quick set shit because it was in the water to get it to dry faster and shit like that, people actually got stuck in there. Like, so some guy's leg actually. I'm pretty sure this is fucking true. You can Google this. I could be totally fucking wrong, but I'm pretty sure I've looked into this. Apparently, some cunt leg got stuck, so he ended up. I think one of them actually ended up cutting one of their legs off to get out, to get like pulled out because their legs were set, and then and then another one. There's actually a body or two still stuck in the fucking column because they couldn't get out fast enough, so they just all out. I could be totally fucking wrong.
It's like, fuck that
guy.
But
we're talking about a country that is like so fucking old school. It's not even funny. Like, you drive past a copper, if they're in a shitty old Volvo and you're in a Golf GTI, there's no way they're chasing you. Like, they don't have fucking radars like we do here and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, we're talking about a country that's very, let's call it behind, not third world, but behind in technology. Like, they just, you know what I mean? I'll Google this.
We Google it another time, but I don't know. I feel like I'm not. Imagine you're on a work site and you're just like, fuck that guy. We'll leave him there.
Well, it wasn't necessarily that, but there was
concrete over him.
Well, he probably was fucking dead there. You know what I mean? Like,
he would have been dead straight away.
I don't know, because it was in the water, so they couldn't really. I don't know what the fucking story was, but anyways. But it is.
Hence, back to my point. I'm like, these little things that are built, that you like just. You overthink, like you don't care. You drive past it every fucking day. You don't give a fuck how this bridge is made. You just need to go from where you need to go to where you want to go. Well, yeah, I know what I mean to say, but anyway.
Say that again, slowly for me. No, say that again.
No, like you don't give a fuck. You're just driving from A to B, like from where you're
you
going
never
to
think
where you're
about
heading
how
or whatever.
Things are
yeah,
actually
like
there for you in place.
There's how the fuck does that happen? You know what I mean?
I don't know. There is a lot of things, but like for bridges, for example, like there's so many different ways that you can do it. Like, you see the Anzac Bridge has got all the cables, right? But obviously, it's got the columns. But then Harbour Bridge doesn't have all the columns. So I think.
Yeah, but there's like a fucking bridge that goes across a fucking island in America. Is it America?
Across
like from
an
fucking
island?
no, from like to an island. I think it was. It was like a fucking massive long bridge. It was fucking heaps long.
Is this the one that goes to the Statue of Liberty or whatever it is?
I don't think.
There's one in actually Portugal, the mainland. It's a big fucking famous bridge. What's it called? You know, yeah, I'm starting to think you're talking about San Francisco.
I could be. But San Francisco, the longest bridges in the United States are Lake Pontchartrain. I don't know, Causeway. It's the longest continuous bridge passing over water. The waters of New Orleans. So long that for 8 of its 24 miles, you can't see land in any direction.
24 miles?
Yeah, apparently so.
Fuck, I was about to say that the one in Portugal was pretty fucking long. 2.2 kilometers. But that's only 1.4 miles.
So total length is 23.875 miles, which is equivalent to 38.442 kilometers.
Fuck! And that's all over water, or is that just like from edge to edge? Is that what it's saying there?
It didn't say that. It just says the longest bridge.
Interesting.
And to charge you going southbound, it's only $5. $5 for 40 k's. Meanwhile, M7.
You get on one exit, get on the next one.
Yeah, motherfuckers, ripping us off.
Hey,
fuck you, M7.
Still sounds better than the brothel. It's still cheaper than the brothel. I get about 2 minutes out of it.
At least I get something out of it.
Yeah, but the lengthwise for me, not good.
Don't even touch the swords, mate.
Fuck off, dickhead. Oh, shit.
Nah, that's fine. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Cookies and cream. I'm gonna go and do research on this fucking bridge, this runway, because I'm like, I swear I've read this as well. So,
thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, and the next one will be obviously better as well.
Yeah,
the next one will definitely be better.
Definitely, this was a little unorganized. We just thought we'd get a start in and have a crack.
For sure. Get something out there. Easy peasy.